Good morning, everybody. Well, I'm saying good morning. It's like almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but hi. We're back. Hello. Oh my. So, we had a little bit of a interesting day yesterday. It's like I was going to come back, and then I thought it'd be a great idea to go to the market. Turns out, and I should have known this, they have lines now to get into the supermarket because the capacity is only like 86 at the market that we were going to. So I was waiting outside. I was thinking it would be like a quick 15-minute trip because I had this craving for soda water and I totally miscalculated how long it would actually take me to do anything like go to the market. So I ended up taking like way longer, and then other things were happening too. So I did not end up finishing the sides on the ones that we pleated yesterday. So I might as well just get started. There's a lot of masks that need to be made. Let's see, what's my battery at here? Let's see. Alright. So yeah, we're just gonna continue on with our project. Oh, I just pulled this out right here. I have my coffee. I'm gonna put my coffee over here actually. Oh, coffee's so good. Why is coffee so good? Had a little breakfast. Totally disappointed with my turnip prices today. Because the day started okay at like 183, and then afternoon it goes down, which I should have known. I should have known better. Alright, so I am going to get started on these guys. Hey, Mari! Hello, Melon! Right on time for a coffee sip. Now I need one too. I mean, coffee is coffee. I can't live without it. And I'm sure a lot of people would make fun of me for that, but I grew up with it. I love coffee. Having coffee in the morning is like part of my thing, my routine. Don't talk to me before I have my coffee. That sort of thing. Hey guys, how's it going? Awesome. So I'm gonna move over. See, I just plugged this in and I didn't need to. I'm gonna move over here. I'm gonna have the chat, Twitch chat only, and do some more of these guys. I actually have a bunch of these liners still done. Oh, also I need to make sure that my sound is gonna transfer. I'm not sure if my microphone is transferring when I do industrial. So let's see. When I move here, do I still have my microphone working? Ah. Get rid of this. And I get rid of this too. Oops! What did I do? I messed up. Hang on guys. Hold up. I got this. Okay. Where's my other one? There it is. Alright, hang on. Technical difficulties, but we're okay. Need to make sure it's not gonna do the crazy autofocus thing here. Alright, you guys can still hear me, I think. I think we're good. We're good, alright. Yeah, I don't use that setting, that source very often, so getting things together, making sure the sound's coming through correctly is still a work in progress, but anyway. Alright, so we're gonna be doing as much as we can here. My cat decided to play with the thread again. Not surprising, and I should have known better, but luckily we already have a ready piece of a ready bobbin because it was winding last time when I was sewing as an industrial sewing technique. Okie dokie. Here, I'm gonna move this over here. And I got the chat going on my phone. See, I still have these liners kind of all ready to go. Why do I have a singleton again? No, I don't. Okay, never mind. I have 4 pairs of liners. But we're going to be closing these guys up, and then we'll start on the second set of 15. And I might have to actually cut some more shells. So that's fun. Oh, look, a light. So I'm going to move these off of the camera. And so I already pleated. This is all ironed and pleated. It's just pleated in half like this. And I'm going to be going down where the folds go down so that it won't get caught in my presser foot. And we're just going to close these guys up as fast as we can. And here's where back stitching is important. Okay, looks pretty good. Also, I need to make sure that that wire is not going to be caught, because it will hit my, if it does hit the needle, it will break the needle. Alright, so here we're just doing it on this side so that we make sure that we're going down with the pleats and just trying to sew right on the edge. There we go. And that's done. It's easy as that. It's a few pieces, not too complicated. It's the whole reason I chose this this pattern. And then we're just gonna put some elastic through the ends and leave them untied so that whoever gets it can adjust it to their own desire. So let's see here, where is my, I'll start on this side. How's everybody doing? Everyone gets good stock prices? Because I was so disappointed when I was like, oh, I should sell them now. And it has the prediction too on stocks.io. I should have known. But we're also holding out for somebody, like maybe we can get in touch with somebody on Reddit that has high stock prices so we could sell our turnips. I have to completely redesign the masks I made for my family. They want filter pockets and wire. Oh no! Is that my fault? I mean, this one is pretty easy. Yeah, it's the pleating. I know you wanted to avoid the pleating, but when you have to make a lot of them, this is probably the easiest one to do. Even though pleating is a pain in the ass, it's one size, and it's got all the special stuffs. Oh, yeah, we're good. Okay, so that's going in the done pile. No, they just didn't think they covered enough. Oh, I see. Have you tried this pattern? I did share the video where I learned this one. If you wanted to try it. Just as an option, you know. I don't blame you for not wanting to do pleating, but it is a lot easier if it's just like all one size. And there you go. They wanted total coverage. Oh, so not like the medical, because this is more like the medical masks that you see a lot in doctors' offices. If you asked me last year what I would be sewing, I would not have been able to tell you. It would be face masks. I was, even before the pandemic, I was considering making like cutesy, like the shell version of face masks, since that is kind of trendy, especially with weebs. I guess I'm kind of a weeb. I'm not really. But I like Asian culture, and I know that face masks of that nature are very popular. So I was thinking of eventually before this whole pandemic, designing like a Lolita style little shell face mask thing. Oh man, but here we are, making a bunch of face masks to either sell or donate. So far I've sold, how many did I sell so far? 19? I've given them away to neighbors and they ask me how much they want for them, but I tell them no, it's free for neighbors. But one of the neighbors came back and asked for 5 more, so I gave him a $4 price. Thought that was pretty fair. Oh, also, there's a Facebook group for New Horizon players over 25. I'm waiting to sell my turnips for $5.85. Yeah, that would be a beautiful number to sell to. I still have mine. I'm holding on to them because like I said, we're still looking for somebody that might have them at a pretty good price. So that's cool. Of course there's a Facebook group. I shouldn't be surprised about this. In fact, I seem to recall that I was in a Facebook group for New Leaf when that came out, for players over a certain age as well. Oh, all of us gamers are growing up. We grow up so fast. Okay, I shouldn't be too nitpicky about these edges here. They just need to be done. I would be up for a Lolita style mask. Cutso put out a pattern. They have giant bows. Oh, I was thinking of maybe doing mine like layered. So like having, I think that I still have plenty of that pink satin. So the lining would be a cotton. The outside would be a satin overlaid with maybe a lace, the shell style. So I thought that would be pretty cute if I did it something like that. I don't know. I'm just throwing out ideas because I thought it would be a cute thing. If you're gonna have to wear a mask and wear with Lolita, then why not have something cute and also functional? Thank you for the star fragments, by the way. I got those in my Animal Crossing mail. And all the cutesy things. I haven't been able to put them up yet because my boyfriend is experimenting with some turnip buying and pricing. But I did receive the mirror. I think it's a vanity, and the rug, and of course the star fragments. I really appreciate that. I have not had a meteor shower yet in the game. Yeah. One of these days. I keep looking up at the sky like every night. I know that there's usually announcements for, hey, there's gonna be a meteor shower, but I haven't seen those yet, so hoping against all hope, I just look up at the sky and hope that I see a shooting star so I can finally get my own. But I appreciate being gifted the star fragments, but there is something to be said about like getting it for the first time yourself. Some like level of satisfaction. Yeah, bending in those ends for the wire is working out really well. Yes. It's Silverman. boyfriend asking important Animal Crossing questions. What's our town name again? Ah. Okay. One of these days, I would like to make blouses in this same kind of format, this style of production. That way you guys can see something a little bit more practical. Well, not practical, this is practical. But, you know, traditional, I guess, as far as a factory sort of style of manufacture. Something that is worn like a garment. That would be fun to see, yeah. I think so. Break down the steps and go over how all that works. This machine is like so sturdy. Of course, it's like solid steel, so of course it is. I'm just getting through these. Blazing through them. Ah, no, I didn't backtack. No! Alright, seamstress backtack it is. If you ever miss it, before they had a backstitch function on these machines, they just did overstitching, and that was called a seamstress backstitch. I'll just backstitch it anyway, but there you go. Right, machines did not always have a backstitch function. I didn't think sewing on an all-metal machine would make a difference, but it definitely does. Yeah, it does. This thing, oh my god. It's just that it's less, less flexible, obviously, because it's steel, so it's not gonna, like, resist as much when you have thick fabrics to work with. So this machine is technically considered, it's not lightweight, but it's a standard instead of a heavyweight machine. But I can still sew upholstery fabric with this guy. This could still be shoved upward if it hits something a little too hard, but it's got it. I've done it before, but it's never been shoved up and ruined the timing. Like I've hit a knuckle of fabric before, and it hasn't really. It only breaks the needle first. So you can sew vinyl. You can't sew leather. You can sew up to vinyl with this machine. Being nitpicky again, and I really shouldn't. Just trying to keep those ends kind of up, but no real point in it. Oh no! So, a few other things I wanted to talk about. Oh, excuse me, hang on. I had a cough. Goals. Since I'm trying to restart my Patreon and seeing how all that works, I had a few ideas as far as... Well, first I need to raise a little money, because one of the ideas that I had was to upgrade that overhead shot with something more of a HD camcorder. because I'm realizing that the webcam that I'm using a Logitech 1080 webcam that I got for about $80, and it's great for portrait shots, but not so great with far away. Oh, come on, really? Why Bob and Vomit? In here. So having a camcorder that can shoot more detail from a little far away, like I have it up maybe about 1.5 meters from the table. That's a goal. What was the other one? Doing more instructional videos that are like complete. So taking the time lapse that I did, for instance, and slowing it down so that I can explain things through voiceover. I don't know, but that takes time. Oh, so many things. Let's move this guy back over. I like the time-lapse video too. Oh, yeah, it's fun. But to give more incentive, if you're paying for like $8 a month to have exclusive videos, well, what would those look like? So I was hoping to maybe work on more central tutorial videos where I can like go step by step through certain projects. The time lapse is fun, but it's good if you just want to watch it being done. Whereas if you want more thorough instruction, then I would take the time to slow it down and go over steps. You know what I mean? Make it worth your while. Maybe stuff like making head bows, like wrapping the band and stuff. Oh, hit my microphone, sorry about that. Maybe teach how to make simple pieces like rectangle skirts. Yeah, that was actually one of my first ideas, that I would go over very basic beginner stuff. Because the ones that I have up there right now are fine and all, but people need, you know, some breakdown of basic blocks and stuff like that. And rectangle skirt's the best starter, I feel. And it can even be like two-parter, like here's a rectangle skirt with an elastic waistband, which, by the way, I'm not a fan of, but it is easy to just do that. And then there's the the other way of rectangle skirt with a partial elastic back band, so that you would have to put in a zipper, and the zipper is where people might get tripped up, but slightly more intermediate technique with a zipper, if you're comfortable putting in a zipper. But I like the front. Yeah, I'm not either. I like the front looking nice and flat instead of all bunched up, especially if you're using a fabric that has a lot more substance to it. So choosing the right fabric for that sort of project is as important. Why almost there. I've got just after this one more, so then we can probably do a few more of the shells. That's something I've been struggling with as a beginner. And then show the details and decorations that make it Lolita. Yeah, because if you have or you've seen the first Otomino sewing book, right? And those patterns are pretty plain, except that you can decorate it with embellishment that make it what we would recognize as Lolita. Okay. Start on this side. Alright, so I got 15 ready to be strung with some elastic over here in my dumb pile. I still have all of these liners to finish the ends on, but I do have 4 pairs right here, so I'm just going to go ahead and take some of the shells from this pile and just start assembling these now. I like this combination of green with the turquoise blue. Isn't that nice? I think it's pretty. See if we can actually center these properly. I have to look at it from this angle. Seems okay. Make it a little smaller too. A bit less of a seam allowance. Doesn't really need much seam allowance. I think maybe I should do a quarter. Let's see. Like seaside colors, yeah! It's like a mermaid! Oh shoot, you know what I just did? Oh, that's okay. I just put the wrong side. That's alright, it's just a pocket. It doesn't need to be super perfect here. Oops! Right sides together! That was a fail. Go. Okay. So the little tube, the casing that I'm putting in here, I'm gonna aim for about 1 centimeter. Which is kind of in the middle of the... I only have this in Imperial right over here, but I aim for about the middle of the 1/4 inch mark. Just make sure that goes under the presser foot. And so all the way to the end, just to make it easier to snip off the threads so it's cleaner. As clean as I can be with all these frays everywhere. Okay, so there's one. We'll just fold that when we get to it. And I've got 2 more of that same color. I really like it. It's super pretty. So pretty. Okay, this time for real, I'm putting it on the right way. Oh my god. Centering it like this. It's good. Do 1/4 inch. Is this zircon? It is zircon. I like zircon. Need to make one of those thread catcher bags. I've been in Thread Central. Oh man. You know, and thinking about it. Yeah, no, we're still okay on oil. Oof, sorry. It's just above the low line, so I think we're alright. And then bring this guy just over itself. Okay. Got 2 more. Oh no! I hate it when that happens. I really need to get a blower. That's the other thing I need to invest in. Whew. I need to get one of those electronics blower. They have the ones that you plug in. When I worked at the factory, we had one of those because buying compressed air probably is not great for the environment for one, and it gets expensive after a while if you're using it a lot. So they have the kind that you can plug in, and I need to save up for that. So that and a camcorder. I think the camcorder is about $100. I'm researching though. I'm making sure I'm gonna get the right one. I don't want to just get any old thing, but I also don't want to pay an arm and a leg. Is it okay to use compressed air in sewing machines? That is what we used. We had both. We had a hand vac and compressed air, but yeah, it's like in a factory setting, you don't really have time to stop and clean out all that lint. Besides, it's mostly all open for an industrial machine. It's like it, the overlock machine anyway. It's kind of open on the inside, so it just blows through, and it's not a danger to the machine. Those things are so freaking sturdy. So we used it all the time. I know there's different consensus. There's also the whole idea of like don't sew over your pins, but I do that all the time if you know how to put them on. You have less of a chance of hitting your pins if you put them in horizontally. And there's not really a lot of time, but it also in factory sewing they don't really use pins. I always thought it was too moist for that. Oh no, it's dry air. That's why it's safe for electronics. Here we go. I'm slumming it today too. Like yesterday I at least wore a cute dress, but today I'm just wearing athleisure. I give no fucks today. It's like, if I'm gonna be sitting and making all these masks, I'm gonna be comfortable. As much as I wish that I could live that lifestyle like Mama-sama over on Baby the Stars Shine Bright, like they all wear Lolita every day. It's not full Lolita, they don't wear wigs and stuff like that, but they'll wear dresses every day when they go to work at their style studio. It's like, I admire that, but I realize I can't do that all the time if I'm working like this. Oh, there they go. Okay. Yeah, for sure I can't do that. I would love to. It's just I gotta focus on like one thing, and if that's like the making and the design part of everything, then that's what I'm gonna do. Once in a while, it's okay, but today is not that day. So that's where we're at. I'll plug my phone back in here. My Lolita would be filthy. Well, that's also kind of the reason why I made the aprons that I did. They are washable, wearable, totally practical aprons that if you're doing any cooking in Lolita, barbecue, or whatever, don't feel so bad that you got it stained because you could bleach them. Alright, computer. Stop freaking out. Nice. Nice. Alright, I think my iron... Man, I'm going through all this water in my iron. Let me get some water. Thirsty iron is thirsty. The thirst is real. Yeah. Alright, that is full to the brim. I know it has like a maximum line on this thing, but I use so much steam that it never seems to be enough. So I just fill it until it's like full. Alright, you can see this, I think, right? Did I move? Did I accidentally scooch my... Yeah, because my chair here. Hang on, I am moving this down a little bit. I think that's a little better. Oof, these finishings are so not straight, but I can't let that bother me. Let's see. Ah, here they are. Alright, I got my pipe cleaners. get, I think I have 4 more, so I'll just get 4 of these guys prepared. And bending the ends in so that they're not sticky. I had the weirdest compulsion to watch Office Space. You guys remember that movie? I'm looking forward to being done with Masks too, Melon. I'm over it. But I know I'm doing a good thing, so that's what's keeping me going here. It's helping my community. One more. So, in theory, the sticky edge should get lost in all the fluff that's getting bent into it. So, here we go. Oh, hey! I still have my copy! How exciting! Yeah, that's going in so much easier. Alright. I will... Let's see, what would be the fastest way of doing this? Iron everything first and stuff with pipe cleaners. Let's see, I just don't have my family to try them on, so I'm doing revisions and shipping off samples. Oh boy, that's a lot of work. Like constantly making like a different type just to see what fits and sending it over the border too. Isn't your family in New York City? I don't know if there's any benefit to the proximity of New York City. Are you in Toronto? 'Cause I know that's not too far. Oh gosh, no, you're all the way on the West Coast. Okay, yeah. Vancouver. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that shipping would take a little while, I would imagine. Uh, your family is in New York though, right? Well, not now. Shut down borders, yeah. But it would be way faster. Oi, oi, oi. Okay. So we got these 4, and I'll start the pleating. Like haphazard pleating, really, just to get it done. I mean, I suppose if I wanted to cut out some of this process, I could just fold this while I'm at the machine and just sew it instead of taking the time to iron these ends in. Might be better. I did try that before, but I'm not sure why I changed my mind. Anyway. I'll try it with these. See how fast I can do it. I'll also turn up the temperature. So I'll just leave that unfolded on the sides, see how that works. Alright, I'll go back to the machine and see how we can do this. Back this way. So I did not fold the ends this time. And this is going to be a practice in fabric handling. So let's see. I got this one. Just going to try to fold it in twice. So good. Cuts out another step. That makes it faster. Not a lot of stopping and ironing in a factory either. It's just all how the sewing operator would handle the fabric. Machines that we used in the factory too, they were German. I forget the name. They were amazing. They were like totally computerized. They did have the ability of being computerized in mass if they were connected to a central system, but on their own, they could easily just be locally computerized to do an automatic back tack, and snip off the thread, so you didn't have any tails. It was always at the bottom, and you would just go and it would do the operation of start with a back tack, sew, and then when you pressed backward on the pedal down there, it would back tack one more time and snip the threads right in the plate. So you didn't have to take the time to snip the threads like this. It would just be a little scissor inside. It was pretty incredible, but that's also what makes it a little faster when you had a machine like that. Those were so much fun to use. Every time, I called it the magic back tack. Yeah, so it seems to be working okay. So the elastics that I'm using are 1/8 inch wide, and it seems to be perfect for making the ear ties. Let's see, one last one here, and then we can start adding elastic to the previous batch, as well as these extra 4 that I did. And then we gotta do it all over again, because I still have a bunch of liners and shells. I probably have to cut out more shells, too. These colors are pretty. They're pretty to my eyes. They're a little feast for my eyes. Started playing Hollow Knight last night. That was interesting. I think I need to watch some videos on strategies. It's a platformer, but it's a little bit different, so while it's simple in a certain way, it's there's some nuance there that I haven't figured out yet. Okay. Okay, got that done. Closet cosplay. Oh, I'm Laurel from Onward. That's so cute. She looks beautiful. I loved that movie. I was doing that and I found they were angling at the bottom. Oh yeah, but I might have just been rushing and not having them straight. Yeah, so these, I mean, they have their flaws, obviously, but I'm not too concerned with them because what I really need is to have these out and on people's faces as opposed to worrying about quality. You know what I mean? So yeah, my little ends are sticking out sometimes, but I can't care. I don't want to care about that. They just need to be done so that people can wear them. Alright, so the way that we've been putting in the elastics, so let's see, we have 15 here, I'm pretty sure. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. Alright, we got 19. We might have to cut more elastic. I still have quite a bit here. This is the spool that I had ended up getting a long time ago, but it's perfect for this. I didn't think that I would ever have to use it, that I could ever use it because it's just so old, but it turns out to be the perfect stretch and width for this guy. So I'm using a loop turner. I'm putting it through. It said in the video that I watched to use a, what's it? A safety pin. And I tried that and it took too long. It was like there's too many pleats in here to have to contend with. So I found using this super skinny loop turner, you can manage to get it straight through and pull the elastic right through. Because you find your path with this first. See, can I do it? Yeah. And we just had a whole bunch of these cut. My roommate, my boyfriend were all conscripted into putting together a little assembly line. And so they cut a bunch of these elastics. And we just had a pile ready to go. So we might have to cut some more though. I've never played Hollow Knight, but I saw a great game theory video about the nuance. Yeah, it's cute. And it's a little bit hard. I don't want to say that it's hard, because that makes me sound like a noob, but I have never played the game before, so I guess technically it's true. You making fun of me? Yeah, I know. Cut this off. Hey, Heather! Heather Barnes, hello! We're making face masks. How are you doing? As soon as I get to the last elastic here, I'm gonna leave one out and use that as my guide. Let's see, can I? Can I though? There we go. Hey Cyberlex, how you doing? Got everybody coming in. Hi. Yeah, we're just doing the same thing. Making a bunch of masks. As it turns out, I had all this scrap. And I thought it'd be fun to show how things are manufactured in a factory. Taking it step by step. Phew. Yeah, we were talking about Animal Crossing and Hollow Knight and random things to watch. We watched Onward yesterday. I liked it. The whole D&D thing was super cute. Like their version of D&D. Yeah, so I think we need to cut these elastics a little bit less. I think we were doing 34 centimeters, but it doesn't need to be that big. Don't you think, love? That we're gonna cut these elastics a little bit less than 34 centimeters. I think I said 32. Yeah, it kept getting longer. Okay. I'm gonna see what this one is. A couple of days I got inspiration from one of our Lolita dress DIYs. Oh, one of my Lolita dress DIYs. I made myself a spring Lolita dress. Oh, how sweet! So when was that? So you made it? Was it the Lolita and Oz time lapse that inspired you? I'm curious. Okay, so let me measure this guy. Yeah. so much elastic. Alright, so that means I need some scissors. Yeah, it was the time-lapse video. Awesome! Are you in our group? Are you in our Discord so you could share your stuff? Because that would be super fun. I learned so much from you. Aww! I'm so glad! Hooray! And never stop learning either! That is so sweet. I'm happy to be of help and inspiration. I love it when people tell me that they learned something new that I've taught them. That's inspiring to me to keep doing this. Well, I do want to improve the format a little bit. I was talking earlier about getting a better camera for the overhead, so that way I could show you guys better detail when it comes to drafting. Alright, there's gotta be a better way to do this. It's gotta be. Did you get to see the new time lapse? The unicorn jump skirt? That one took a little while, and I'm sorry. There was a lot of footage that I had to go through. And at first it was going to be a voiceover, and then I'm like, that's going to take way longer than it already is taking, so I decided to just cut it all down to something you could just watch. Oh, you did not? Oh, definitely check that out. Because one of the main things I wanted to show in that video, because I put in a lining to that dress, and I learned this method by kind of reverse engineering a Baby the Stars Shine Bright dress that I had that has lining in it and a partial shirring in the back, and I was trying to figure out how they did that. So I figured it out, and then I show you in that video how that's constructed. I was very proud of that. When I learned how to do that, I was like, this is so professional. I'm so proud. I will look at the Lolita dress time lapse. Hooray! Well, I hope you enjoy it. It's cutting a bunch of these elastics. Hey, love, did you sell your turnips? Hmm? Not yet. Plastics. Alright, that should be good for now. Just work with what we got. What are you doing with these masks again? Well, some of them I've sold, some of them I'm donating. Because apparently there's quite a few places that need them. You know, pandemic and all. So, that's what I'm doing. I donated 30 to an assisted living center, and so the next 60 or so is gonna go to another, like an elderly care hospice. They need some for their staff. I have to head out. See you guys a bit later. Okay, Melon! Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. A lot of people apparently are not able to go into a store without face coverings. Also a thing. You're not allowed to go into the supermarket unless you have a face mask. Yeah! So I was just showing people how to make a lot of them. Oh my goodness, what is this noise? Hypatia 15! I love that name. It's a great name. Thanks for following. Ooh, come on, buddy. Get in there. Get in there. Sometimes it takes a little finesse. There we go. So yeah, just figured I would stream while I did it. So I have a lot of them. A lot. I still have 15 more to do over there, and probably need to cut more too. I need to make a final count. So once these are done, I have to stop everything and count them. Because I sold about 19 of them yesterday. 14 to a family friend, and then 5 more to a neighbor who works in the healthcare field. She needed some. She's a mobile nurse. The video that I watched where I learned this particular pattern is pretty straightforward. It's got literally 3 pieces to sew together, and I just figured that would be the easiest thing to do. I like these rosy ones. They're very feminine. Oh, come on! Oh, that's something else. No! I lost it. Darn it. Gosh darn it. Ah. Go. Are you selling them online or just in person? Well, I mean, so far it's only been in person to local peeps. I have not listed them online yet. So I hadn't really anticipated that I would be selling them, because the original idea was just to make them and donate them, because sewing is what I do, so it's like, this is how I can contribute. And then it turned out people were asking me how much I would charge for them. So at first I didn't even know what to say. I just gave them away to some neighbors, and then one of the neighbors ended up coming back yesterday and asked for 5 more, and then asked how much they would be. So I'm like, well, I gave you 2. I thought to myself, I gave you 2. And these were supposed to be donated, so I just charged them $4 each one. So that's 20 bucks. What? Oh, really? Oh, yeah? Okay. Nice. We're we're talking the stock market. Stonks market. The Animal Crossing stocks. What? Oh, kind of. In a second, I'm almost done here. Okay. That's so funny. So, don't want people running around on their island stealing their fruits. Don't steal the fruits. Okay, final count then. What did I say? This was 19? Yeah, because I had 15 plus the 4, so that's 19. This is 19. And then... oh my lord. So many. And I just realized. So, let's see, that's 20. So 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 6, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 6, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, and 47. That's 47. Including these. Probably just get them all stacked in one go. Here's 47. Alright, I'll write that down here. So this bag is 47. Alright, so I'm gonna take a break for now, and then I'm gonna come back and see how far I get with the next batch. So I might have to cut more shells anyway. I think I should do that like off camera. In any case, take a break, and then we'll see you hopefully later today. So thanks for joining me, Lex, and everybody who's watching in the archives. We'll see you later.